Okay, guys, this is going to be part one of vitality training, and I put this training together because I want you to understand the product a lot better to get more value out of what is at Discovery. And we're only going to be touching health today, okay? It's a very big, complicated program, but if you understand it, you can make it work for you. So I'm taking you through my Discovery um, platform. All right, so you should have your own Discovery login. Okay, so if you don't have that, you're going to have to contact the Discovery call center directly, or even mail Discovery and try to get your logon details. You can even do this on your app as well. All right, so this is where it all happens, and if we click on the Vitality tab, and it gives us a whole bunch of stuff. So let's get started with the dashboard. Okay, so the dashboard tells you where you are currently, what status you were last year, and how much you need to get to maintain that status. And the internet is very slow. Okay, so you scroll down, you'll know about your healthy eating, where your benefits lie. Okay, this is a vitality fitness assessment. We'll come back to this now. I want to show you the things that you can do to start getting to Vitality Diamond. So you're going to click on your points tracker. This basically tells you where your points are, how did you get the points, and this is basically the foundation of where everything happens. So for Vitality, three things you need to focus on. Firstly is on know your health, and by knowing your health, we're looking at your screenings, your health care screenings, your relevant vaccinations, your dental work. For over 60s, we're looking at there's a different set of criteria for over 60s. I want to know about your pap smear, your HIV status. This all happens here, and we'll jump into that shortly. Then is the exercise part, and I think this is the scariest thing, and it's most complicated for everybody. Okay, that's in Get Active, and then it's healthy choices, where Discovery rewards you for making healthy food choices in your purchases. And then if you have kids, Vitality Kids is really cool. My kids have this, and as you can see, one needs a vaccination. And if you have babies, not in this section, I'm not having any more kids. So you should have a different set of criteria here, especially if you have family vitality and your kids on your policy. All of this would be activated for you. All right, so let's jump into Know Your Health. And here under this segment, there's three things that you need to do. One is health checks and assessments. Okay, find out your vitality age. You can do this on the app. Okay, usually when you go to Vitality here on your very first time, you can get these points, and mine it's already done. But if you haven't done it already, there should be a highlighted portion where you can click it and go to it. So if you click on the information tab and learn more, okay, it gives you a good idea of your health and your actual age. You need to fill this kind of information in. All right. Like I've done mine for the year. I've got my points for the year. I'm not going to do this again now. I usually do it on the 1st of January because that's when things reset, and I want to get my discounts from the word go. And this is one of the foundational things. For example, your food benefit, your healthy food benefit is linked to this. So if you don't do it on the 1st of January, you can only start activating your food benefit until you do this. So if you haven't done it, or if you're new to Vitality, please do this first. This is number one that we need to do. Okay, so basically it's checking your eating habits, how much of vegetables and things that you need to be eating. What I should have told you is how many points you need. Okay, so here we go. So to get to blue status, you got to do nothing. You just have to start here, but you're missing out on a lot, especially if you have an integrated policy where you integrated with the DRO or another retirement product, and with some advanced investments, you can actually gain a lot. And one of the nice things about engaging with Vitality and when you reach diamond status is your increases are not as much. Now you will get an increase, it's just not as much if you can start engaging with Vitality. So to reach diamond, if you're just a single adult over 18, you need 50,000 points. Two adults, 100,000 points. And any additional adults over that point, it's an additional 25,000 points. It's not hard to do, I promise you. It's not hard to do at all. Okay, so back to the health assessment. So the first thing you're going to do is that vitality age. Then it's your mental health, well-being. I did this last year, mid last year. It's telling me it's not complete, so I have another 1,000 points I can get here by filling this out. So here they're checking my stress levels. Am I drinking as a stress reliever? My general well-being, my depression levels. It's a bunch of questions. Okay. They're looking for warning signs, and this is what you need to fill in for an extra 1,000 points. So that's 2,500 points just for filling questionnaires off the bat. And this is the health check. My glucose is out of range. Oh, in range. Okay, my cholesterol is out of range and my weight is out of range. Okay, we are all struggling here. I did manage, because my cholesterol was out of range last year. For me, it's an alert. I'm still in my 30s. So I went on a serious change, and that's one of the backstories of Vitality, is to highlight those early warning signs. Instead of me becoming hypertensive and heart disease and all of that, I know now that my cholesterol is a problem. So I'm on this weight loss journey to obviously reduce my cholesterol levels. I then went and had my detailed cholesterol done, like my LDL and my HDL, and I'm just slightly out of range, and it's things that will correct after I lose some weight. So my two indicators here will hopefully balance itself out this year. And oh, the nice thing is, with this health check over the years, I've seen progress in terms of my blood pressure. I think once it was just a bad time of day for them to take my blood pressure, but I managed to reduce stuff and make changes in my life regarding this. So here you got 22,500 points. You can do this once a year. It's a free check. You can get it done at your local Vitality Center, usually in the major cities, Durban, Cape Town, Johannesburg, at the main Vitality branch. You should be able to get this done. Most Mediclinics are Vitality health centers as well. So you literally go there and you tell them you're doing your Vitality health check. And it's nothing that you have to pay for. It's part, if you are with Discovery Health, sort of included in that. If you're not with Discovery Health, I think there is a fee attached to it. I think it's maybe 700 or less. I'm not sure. For this year, it could be a little bit more. So basically, what we're looking for here is in the range in everything. And if you are in range in everything, you're going to get your full 22,500 points. In my case, last year I got only 12,500 points because I was not in range for 2. Okay, and this year I'm working on my cholesterol, so I'm hoping to get a little bit more points here. So this is something that you can work on now. I mean, if you know you're overweight, or your glucose is high, or your cholesterol is high, your pressure is high, work on it. You have 6 months, 9 months to work on it now. Get it done in November, right before the end of the year. And because we want to clock in our full 50,000 points before the 31st, by the 31st of December 2022. So I usually wait for this at around November, because everybody's eating bad in December. So we go on a little diet in November and try and get as much points out of this. But this year I'm going with the real thing, no fad diets. So this is an easy 22,000 points, especially if you're younger, a lot easier to do. Then it comes to your screening and prevention. Okay, so another 1,000 points to get a dental checkup. So I usually go and get a dental checkup, and I get my doctor to state on the invoice that it's a Vitality dental check. A pap smear. A pap smear is basically a gynae checkup. The older ladies will obviously have to get this done more frequently. It's 2,500 points for that. So basically, it's your test that you do. Now, if you're paying cash for this, or if you are not on Discovery Medical Aid, you're going to have to upload those reports. You can literally take a picture on your app and upload that, send it over to the Vitality, and they will put the results with your Vitality information and allocate you your points. If you do your pap smear with your medical aid, your Discovery Medical Aid, everything is automated. So when you integrating with Vitality, you're going to get a lot of the automations and the smooth flow in the Discovery sphere. Voluntary HIV counseling. Now, this is something that you will do when you do this. So when I go do my vitality check, I tell them that I'm doing an HIV check as well, and they draw blood. Okay, and so it's the rapid HIV test here, so you'll get the result immediately. And then it's your vaccinations. Okay, so flu vaccine. If you do the flu vaccine, in my case, I can get an easy 4,000 points here. For each individual, it's 1,000 points for the flu vaccine. And then it's the HVP. It's 1,000 points each here. These are for my kids. And this very long name over here for my kids, they're going to get 500 each when they do get it done. Vitality members over 16 can earn 2,500 vitality points by completing a pap smear or a HPV test. So you can't earn points for both. Also, COVID-19 vaccine points will only be awarded for Vitality members who are confirmed to be fully vaccinated and are 18 years older, either 2 doses of Pfizer, 1 dose of Johnson & Johnson. All right, so if you haven't done it to any of the Vitality stations, just take a picture of your vaccine certificate and send it over to Vitality, and you can have those points allocated to you. And also remember with the flu vaccine is that you only have between March and September to claim that, all right? Okay, so here it says Vitality health assessments can be done 90 days apart. Okay, so if you do this assessment over here, the health check, for example, let's say I do this assessment right now. I know my cholesterol is in check now because I've been working hard on it for the last couple of months. My glucose is fine. My weight is lower than below, but I know it's not within range here. Okay, so we're going to click learn more to make a booking. We're going to see some of the thresholds and what that looks like, and blood pressure check in range. So if I do the test now, I know 3 out of 10 I'm good, right? But then I have maybe until September, October, I can do the test again. However, it's not free when I redo that test. So I got to pay the Vitality fee again, because my health check is included with my health plan with Discovery. Okay, so if you're really engaging with Vitality and you find your vitals are out of range, you can work on it for 6 months, because cholesterol and glucose is not something that you can change overnight or even in a month. It takes time and work and discipline with your fitness and your nutrition, and that's how it works. So you can get it. This is where you can get your Vitality health check done as well. But I want to show you the grid, if I can find the grid. Okay, there it is. This is the threshold here, right? So your blood glucose has to be below 7.8. All right, 5 and less is the safe point. So Discovery is giving you some leeway here with the 7.8. So if you over 7.8 to 11, you're intermediate risk, and high risk is over 11, and that's like diabetics, right? Blood pressure. Okay, so these are the ranges that you have to meet. So if you know that your blood pressure is not in this, start working on it. And if you're on medication, or if it's something that you can reduce naturally, please go that route. So this is a total cholesterol check. So cholesterol is 5 or below. Intermediate risk is 5 to 7.5, and anything over 7.5 is super high, and you won't get any points for that. So weight assessment is your BMI. So that's your height and your weight here. They want to see 25 or below. All right. So obviously, if your weight is not in range, this is going to be a problem. Smoker status. So this is why Discovery gives you that 6 months where you can do the test 6 months apart, because they will do a smoking test. And if they find that there's cotinine in the blood, then they'll declare you as a smoker. Now, Indian ladies, and I know I have a lot of Indian clients, when you chew betel nut, or also known as the areca nut, would Discovery or any other life insurer in the country, premium life insurer in the country, you are considered a smoker. All right, so you might not even have touched a cigarette, but you receive smoker rates with Discovery. So give up betel nut. Do it on special occasions like me. Okay. All right, another thing that falls into this is your waist circumference. And it's nice to know these things, especially when you're younger, because especially in your middle in your mid-30s, right, going up, this is where the danger part happens. We're neglecting our health. We think we can eat like how we used to eat in our 20s, and this is where the problem sets in. So it's nice to get these checks done now. So if your waist circumference is 80 centimeters for females or 94 centimeters for males, the a BMI result between 20 and 25 will be classified as in range. So the ladies and the guys that are bulking up and you've got full muscle around the abdominal area and you're a little higher than expected when it comes to the CMs, but your BMI is within normal range, you will get a normal result, intermediate risk result. Also, the HbA1c. Now, this blood test is a very important blood test, especially if you're monitoring your health and your nutrition. So the HbA1c gives you basically your insulin level for the past 3 months, whereas the blood glucose will only give you a snapshot of sugar in your blood at that moment in time. So the HbA1c is a more realistic approach. And you'll find as you age, your doctors would basically ask for this, or if you have some other ailment. All right. If your range is less than 6% and the high risk is greater than or equal to 7.7%. So sometimes at that moment in time, when you do your blood test, your glucose blood test, if it's high and if you have the HbA1c, that paints a very different picture. You can always submit this to Vitality to make sure that you're in range. All right, so this is a very important one. I think this and the fitness is what scares people the most. It's only 25,000 points. So if you have 0 high risk results, you're going to get your 22,500. If you've got 4 in range, you're going to get 15, and 1 high risk, you get 12.5. Okay, if you get 3 high risk, if 3 in range, you're going to get 10,000. 2 in range, 5,000, 1 in range, 2,500. Okay, so if nothing is in range, obviously, don't even worry about Vitality. You need to be focusing on your health. Okay, so there's no way you can get 0, especially if you're a non-smoker, and most of my clients are non-smokers. All right, you'll get something. So that's how that works. Okay, that's the vaccinations. All right, so here we have a potential of 23,500 out of 20. Okay, I can still earn that, but 25,000 points of the 50,000 points that you need can come from just knowing your health by just having the checks done. So if you're healthy, you're fine. If you're not healthy, let this spur you on to start getting healthy, and because we want people to be living longer.